What's up, YouTube? It's your man Big Nard back at it again. I'm about to talk about the recent passing of legendary South African activist Winnie Mandela. She just recently passed to our ancestry, joining her husband, Mr. Nelson Mandela, also a famous activist in South Africa, trying to destroy the ridiculous apartheid state, which they, were successful in doing. Let's just celebrate her life a bit. She was born in 1936, but her first brush with apartheid and racism came in 1945, where there was a big celebration celebrating the end of the Second World War. Winnie and her siblings, they wanted to go to this huge party that was happening in town. They asked their father to take them, and he obliged. He took them and just found out that they couldn't enter. Whites only. Go play in the field. That was her first brush with it, which I guess stuck with her, was some sort of fuel, to that fire that we saw later. And this also touched me. In 1955, she became the first social worker, the first black social worker in Johannesburg, which touches me because my mother was a social worker for many years, and that ability to, go into another household and try to build it up. A lot of people don't have that, and I salute that energy and that thinking. It's that unselfish mind state that so few people have. That's special when you find it. And 3 years later, she found her husband, Mr. Nelson Mandela, and they were married. And this, like I said, was the beginning of something very special for South Africa, for Africa, and for people globally, to see equality, no matter what shade skin you are. In the same year, she organized an anti-pass law movement, for women. And the pass law was basically, dividing the blacks into shades, which it sounds ridiculous, but it's true. They would divide them into shades: colored, black, mixed, whatever you want to call it. This was how, the apartheid state thrived. Oh, the colored have more than you. Or, it's always have them bickering amongst each other, while we're enjoying the good life. This is how, that rule dominated for so many years. And Mrs. Mandela, along with Mr. Mandela, they fought, vigorously for many years to abolish it. And finally in 1961, Nelson Mandela was arrested for his anti-pass law statements, was sentenced to life in prison. Just ridiculousness going on over there. A few years later, Winnie was arrested in 1969 and served, I believe, 491 days in solitary confinement. She gave so much of her life for her people to thrive today. So any woman or anybody you see in a position of power that is of African descent or black, you have to give your salute and your heartfelt thank you to this family who sacrificed so much, so many years of their life, just for us to live a normal existence, for us to feel equal, which is ridiculous, because if you know your history, you know how ridiculous this apartheid foolishness is. Let's talk about something that made me fall in love with this woman more than anything. 1990, her husband gets released from prison, And from 1961 to 1990, she kept his name alive. She continued his message even after getting out of prison, and it was like he never left. And their footprint on this earth, will always be remembered as far as fighting injustice. May this woman, this wonderful woman, rest in prominence, and just all the praises due to her. Leave all your RIPs in the comments section and your condolences, and don't forget to like and subscribe.